We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tennessee Titans. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got
now a first carry for Derrick Henry.
Check 43.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was almost right there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A Titan first down, Mariota to Walker.
Let's go.
In Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic.
Here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Watch tight end. Hey, we are. 4 down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
Double tight. 4 down.
It's Butler. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the best defenses. Just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that
play. To throw is Mariota. Forced out to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
First down carry for Henry. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
4 down.
2nd down, Mariota. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now Mariota. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Don't get nervous. Ready. We're waiting.
A former volunteer back in Tennessee, Alvin Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Ready. Yellow waiting.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Single. Ready. We're waiting. Monday. Waiting. Big shot.
On second down, here's Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards.
That's it. Here we go.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints.
Here we go.
This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Watch twist. 5-8. Alert 3. Play set.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses. But just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. That's starting to come out. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first.
Coming again.
Easy, 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 easy.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw Mariota. It's complete to Parker left side. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, speed, all of that. But competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 11.
Under. Ready. Blue 80.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready. Blue 80.
Staying on the ground first with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Ready. Blue 80.
Breeze to throw on second down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Tight on the right. Ready. Yellow 80. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4. Play set. Ready. Play set.
They'll run it down to the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
Ready. Yellow weighty. Yellow weighty. Right side.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dez Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not going deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Let's go.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was built also by the defense.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
47, Mike.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Alex Okafor in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Mariota. And right side, Henry's got it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
3rd and long here for Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Ready. We're waiting.
Check, check.
We're shot.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
21. Ready. Yellow weighty. 12. 12.
We got 3 down, but we got to stand up.
We set.
Rolling now is Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys.
2 minutes remain here in the first half.
Hey, break it down,
Back
fellas.
to
Break it down.
Tennessee after this. Bree's going to come up here, 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Clear shot. Ready, clear shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Get there.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. 12.
55.
Clear shot.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he whips that one incomplete there. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now Breeze drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield.
Here we go.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Now a 1st down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Ready. We're waiting. We're going to 88. 21. Ready, what's up?
Here's Breeze.
Let's bring it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Mariota again. Right side complete to Parker. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really holding his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here's Ginn. And now running right through it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Flush to his right. And a sideline pass that's caught by Thomas. A very solid gain of 27.
Monday.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Ready. We're waiting.
Four down.
What's that? What's that?
Breeze now on 1st down. The 20. Caught on the left side by Ginn. A gain of 39 that time.
Here we go.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
12.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lutz puts this one through. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to play their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Strong right. 95-56. Ready.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that.
Let's go.
If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mariota now. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Easy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
3 down.
Well, there was no blitz. That was just a draw play that, to be frank, didn't fool anybody.
Did we hear the entire stadium screaming draw? It felt like everybody was all over that play, and the defense won that battle.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. That's fielded in the end zone. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
Ready? We're waiting. Wait, shot. Ready, wait, shot.
Shotgun now for Breeze. The kick made over the middle by Ginn. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
Here we go.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Ready, wait, shot.
They'll run it now from the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Ready. We're waiting. Ready, wait, shot.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Let's go.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Breeze now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. We're waiting. Wait, shot.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
Here we go, here we go.
Fresh start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Wait, shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Ready. We're 90. Ready, wait, shot.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it 2nd down.
21.
Nice hit, boy.
Ready. We're waiting. Wait, shot.
Breeze now. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
12. Ready. Yellow waiting.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
Ready.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
All day. Woo! Let's get it.
Check.
Watch tight.
5-8. Here we go.
They'll run it with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Wait, shot.
Right there's the 1. But don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? To throw is Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Mariota now to throw on first down. Walker with a grab, left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give the defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Smith catches left side. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to run to the post with Henry. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
3 down.
A first down throw for Mariota. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a nice spin into some open field. A very solid gain of 27.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other backers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
To throw is Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even. Watch 42. Check 42.
Blaze leads this one with Kamara. Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
High 4. Come on, get set.
Busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Breeze lost the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Set! Blue 18! We got 3, fellas. We got
3. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Sometimes your philosophy can change, at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
Now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
1.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, we are ready.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Here we go.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
11. Hey, 4 down. Ready. Yellow weighty. Clear shot.
Now Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around. But you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have it, you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10.
All Sorry, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back incompletions. Throwing, Mariota uncorks one. He's got a man, complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play, Mariota to Davis. 52 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
3 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Open space inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions have plagued him, especially a second Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. In for the score. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I like the way you're thinking. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2 times. 4 down. Ready. We're waiting.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Bring it. Ready for attack.
Against Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Ready. We're 90. Mike's by 4. Ready for attack.
Bree's going to try and throw on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. Ready.
Handoff. Here's Kamara. And room there to work it inside the 25. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
4 down. Ready. We're waiting.
Here's Kamara. Run for it. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Run.
3 down. 3 down.
Easy, kill. Heavy, we got heavy. Watch 9. Exactly.
Brees is looking to throw.
Watch the run.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. On the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Around the NFL fourth quarter right now in Atlanta. And the Falcons have wound up winning that football game. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Hey, we got 3, we got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, Mariota. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Alex Okafor in there to sack him. Here. Mariota on first down. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
To throw Mariota. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Tight right, tight right.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
One last shot now for Mariota. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.